Welcome back to Woodhill Park again. You may be wondering why you're just staring at a bit of old rubber matting, but like a lot of modelers, I keep a keen eye as I look around the real world, and sometimes at work with things being thrown away or stuff you come across around the house, really, I save bits in a box just in case I can use them in sort of scratch building, or anything that comes to mind. And lately I've been looking at the level crossing down near where I live, thinking I would like to put the anti-trespass woodwork that they used to use in the 1980s on it. Nowadays they have some rubber, sort of recycled rubber cone sort of arrangement to stop you walking down the track, but in the 1980s it used to be a bit like somebody throwing a bit of fencing between the track, obviously to stop you walking towards the station or down the lines or whatever. I've been looking for some weeks for something that would fit the bill, but not really coming up with anything. But all of a sudden it came to me I had this rubber matting in the garage, so I got it out, and I remember it having a ribbon on it, and the ribbon is triangular like the woodwork was between the tracks. So I thought maybe if I cut it into lengths and whatever, it might resemble something like anti-trespass woodwork. So I thought I'd give it a go, and this is really pretty much how I got on, really. So if you fancy watching how I used a bit of junk to improve my level crossing, carry on watching. Just lately I've been thinking of adding more detail into my layout, as I think it could do with it here and there. And one of the things I've been looking at is the level crossing, as the level crossing could do with a bit more detailing. And what I'm thinking of adding is the anti-trespass wood that they put either side to stop people entering the lines. I just thought this would be a bit of detail worth adding, so I'm going to have a look for bits and pieces that I could use. I think I found something in the shape of a rubber mat. Sounds strange, but it's got ribbon on it that looks very similar to a load of wood, sort of triangular section, what would lay on between the track and the side of the tracks. So I'm going to have a look at doing this and see how it comes out. This is the rubber matting that I'm talking about, and if I go in closely, if the camera will allow me, you can see there's a sort of ribbon on it that looks very similar to sort of the anti-trespass wood that you would have had between the lines in the 1980s. I've scoured everywhere to find anything better. There are stuff being sold online, but I like to improvise now and then and find bits and pieces for modelling in real life. So I'm going to give it a go and see how it comes out. After a little bit more fiddling around and detailing, I now think it's time to finish it, even though there's always things you can keep adding, like these bits and pieces I had left. I thought, why waste them? Let's just throw them around like they've been discarded because they're broken or damaged. So I just left them near the level crossing as bits and pieces. And that's how things don't always go right, because this doesn't like the new woodwork I put in place. Just to prove things do go wrong, even though I've managed to sort of get it right with the trucks, the loco don't like it. Well, that was rather stupid of me. I should have tried a few locos before I filmed, but just to show you, I do make mistakes now and then. And what it was just a bit of the rubber that I'd put on the level crossing, and it just rose up at one corner, which I have now glued down. It's just this corner here. It was only slightly up, but it was enough to catch the detailing on the Class 20 and make me look like a fool. But I'll reshoot this and maybe keep this as an outtake at the end. Add a few more bushes and bits and pieces, and that's where I'm going to leave it. I think it doesn't look bad, and I quite like that. I do quite like the look. And that's what you get for hunting around, really, and finding stuff that you can use rather than just keep buying stuff online all the time. I mean, there's some very good stuff online, but the prices sort of, the cost just keeps adding up. So if you can find things around the house and anywhere you can scavenge bits that look like things, then for detailing, quite a few things come in handy. I don't think you would really necessarily guess this was rubber matting that I've cut up unless you look close, and I tell you that it's rubber matting. It, to me, looks pretty much like the woodwork that used to be around my level crossing near where I live, even though they've now replaced it with a modern type. To use things like this around the home and possibly stuff you may pick up at work that's being thrown away, all you need to do is have a keen eye and work out the scaling, really. Make sure you get the scale sort of correct, and then it'll look correct to the eye. You can use a load of old rubbish, to be honest, and turn it into something that is of use for your model railway, and I do this quite a lot. I also suppose a lot of us modelers have become a tad lazy, being that there is a lot of stuff you can buy, but modelers of old wouldn't have had all these things available, as nice as they are and very easy to pick up online. Years ago, people would have made a lot of things out of bits and pieces they had around them. So if you do want to save a bit of money, it's worth looking around with a keen eye and, as I said, get the scale right, and you can use a lot of different things that will fill in for the real thing in real life. Maybe by saving bits and pieces, or saving money on bits and pieces, you, like me, can then spend more money on the stuff you do like the rolling stock, and providing it's a good buy, like these 4 turbot wagons I bought by Daypole. I think I picked them up from the model centre, and it was free delivery because they were over £50, and I managed to get them for £22 each, which nowadays is a bit of a bargain. And I've seen quite a few people online picking these up, so better get in there before they're all gone, because, as I say, for a modern, well detailed model, I think they're really worth having. A bit bright, but once they're weathered they should look good. As I say, I'm not alone. Lots of people have been buying these, and I recommend them. They're very good. that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'm off to have a hunt around for some more junk to see what I can do with it. I enjoy sort of having a go at sort of making anything out of anything, really. Sometimes it's more of a challenge, and it's all part of modelling, really. It's very easy to buy things on the internet, and it does add up cost-wise. So if you can find stuff around the house or in life generally, and you can adapt it or make it look like something, and it's not too much hassle, then it's worth a go. It's worth having a box of junk that you keep chucking things in that you're never sure what you're going to use it for, but every so often you have a hunt through and something comes to mind, and you can utilise some of the stuff that you've got. It could be anything, old pots and rods and sort of plastic bits and pieces. It's a form of recycling, I suppose, a way of sort of doing quite a bit for very little money. Sometimes it only needs a paint or cutting around or bending around just to make it look like something that would be of use on the layout. So I enjoy doing this, and as well as buying stuff, obviously, but it saves you some money, so you can buy some of the more prestigious bits, you might say, for your layout, your locos and your rolling stock. So I even, like some people, have a go at making my own foliage and stuff like that as well. It all goes to save money, and it's also enjoyable doing it, and if the result's pretty good, then you can be pleased with yourself for saving a bit of money and getting the most out of modelling, really. If you've got any ideas on what junk you can use on your layout for detailing things, I would love to hear from you, and I'm sure there's people out there as well wouldn't mind some of the ideas. So if you've got any ideas on what to use where, and it's just the everyday stuff around your house, I'm sure me and a lot of other people would like to know what you're using. And apologies for the sort of feedback on some of this speech. I've gone and bought another microphone that doesn't like the charger plugged into the camcorder, so it makes a nice buzz in the background. But it took me a while to work that one out, so I've sorted that out now, and only use it on battery power. I'm going to go to the Great Electric Train Show at Milton Keynes. I think it's the 8th and 9th, and I think I'll probably be going on the Saturday. So if you want to say hello, please do. I'll say hello back, and we'll have a bit of a chat. Anything you want to ask me about the layout, I'll be more than pleased to answer. And if there's anything I can sort of help you with, I will do. So it'll be great to have a chat, and I look forward to having a look at some of the layouts there. I probably end up spending a lot of money, even though I pretty much got everything for my layout, but you know what it's like when you see all these toys in front of you. So hopefully see you there. Oh, just to add, one of my subscribers called Mark said about having a cup of coffee with me, and I would love to, and if I see you there, we'll definitely have a cup of coffee, mate. You're one of my best subscribers. You always comment, and I really appreciate all your feedback. So yeah, if you're there, I can't wait to have a cup of coffee and have a chat. I'll probably be at the show with my wife, because my wife does like sharing my hobby. Even though you never see her, she's in the background, and she does tag along all the time and enjoys going to all the toy fairs I go to. So you'll probably see us as a couple walking around, and still don't hesitate to stop and have a chat if you want to have a chat. But yeah, we pretty much do everything together. To see the video out, I've put together a little bit of footage of one of my steam engines on an excursion around a bit of my layout. I thought somebody might appreciate a steam engine for a change, going around the layout. The steam engine is White Knight, and it's an A3 Pacific, and it's pulling some crimson and cream coaches with a nice restaurant car with 6-wheel bogies that I managed to get hold of, and I think it looks rather nice actually. I think it's one of my best carriages. So here's a little running session with a kettle on my layout, as people tend to say when they've got loads of diesels. Thanks very much, and see you next time. Bye for now.